Okay, listen up. This isn't a budget guide. This isn't tiers. This is my bag layouts. The 5 most common backpacks packed exactly how I run them. My goal isn't to tell you how to play. It's to show you a system that you can copy, adapt, and evolve, and eventually turn into muscle memory. Because that is what matters. Repetition, familiarity, and reaching for the right thing at the right time without thinking. Disclaimer, there is no one right way. Don't let anybody tell you that. I'm not here to say you must only bring this and this and this and this. That is dumb. You rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And finally, quantity always depends on your budget, your space, and your comfort. And lastly, your playstyle. This guide should still apply when the wipe drops on the 24th, but if something does change for whatever reason, I will make an updated video. Alright guys, so first of all, a bag isn't just a container. You gotta like kind of change how your brain thinks about this. It's a system. When you know exactly where your meds are, your food, your ammo, that muscle memory will save you seconds, and those seconds can keep you alive. If you pack it wrong, that's dead weight, but if you pack it right, that could be survival and profit. So here I have, like I just mentioned, 5 bags. I have the Elite Ops, I have the Robinson, I have the G&J, Hypertech, and the 6-ish or Couch, whatever you want to call that bag, I don't care. I have these 5 bags, and I've basically packed each of them identical to one another. The only 2 bags that are slightly different would be these 2 here, because they have obviously a little bit less room, and because this one here has a little bit of a weird collision. I will explain that in a little bit once I get to that backpack. But I'm going to go ahead and just explain my personal layout. This layout obviously has been evolved over time. It's something that I've been working on, and it's not that deep. I'm not trying to act like it's some secret method. You know, I obviously, if you go to like first videos all the way to the new videos, you can see, you know, you can see it evolve and change. This is simply what I've come to, like after all the time and learning how to like pack bags differently, figuring out what things you need to bring in, what things you need to not bring in. I've basically figured out that this is kind of what works for me, and I think it could possibly work for you too. So that's why I'm going to share it with you today. Other than showing you my layout, I'm going to also cover briefly, since I have the items in front of me, the necessities, the things that you absolutely need to be bringing with you into your raid. So let's go ahead and we're going to go left to right, and we're going to start with the Elite Ops. Elite Ops is pretty simple, guys. You know, not that big of a bag, but this bag is probably the most common bag that you're going to have at early wipe and maybe even mid wipe, before people start moving into these 2 right here. This bag right here, you can do a lot with it, man. Like if you pack it correctly, you can do a lot with it. One common theme you're going to find is that I always use these 6-use ones right here. I always use these 6-use sutures because I've had scenarios where I get hit with a grenade and it breaks all 5 of my limbs. Like it'll break my stomach, both of my legs, and both of my arms. That's literally all but 1 use. And so ideally I would bring 2, and I possibly should have maybe tossed a little 3-use in here or something, and probably I would do that, so I recommend that. Always bring a 6-use. But we got 6 bandages, and then we got 3 of the military syringes. So bandages, again, same thing as the suture device. You're gonna bleed a lot, bro, and I don't care, man. Like some of you might be cracked and you might not get shot a lot. That's fine. This is for the average player. This is who I'm talking to right now, and you can apply this to you if you are somebody who is cracked, like if you got a 10 KD or something like that, which by the way, hit me up, I'm making a clan. But for real, this applies to anybody, man, so don't be a hater, bro. And if you have a better method, please drop it in the comments, and I'm not even joking. We definitely want to hear about it. Share it with us, and yeah, we can all learn from each other. But this is my layout. So anyways, we got 6 bandages, we got 3 military syringes, and then we got 1 of the pills up here. If you look at the top right here, we got our water bottle and our ration pack. Top left, we have our grenades, and then you can see we have 6 stacks of ammo. So that basically breaks it down to like what you need to have. You need to have meds. You got to have a suture device to deal with, you know, bone breaks, whatever you want to call it, stapling. You got to have bandages to stop bleeding. You got to have some sort of syringe to, you know, gain more health. And then you need pills to stop pain effects. Make sure you have those things. Everything right here will keep me alive for an entire raid most of the time. And usually I can kill a couple of people and get more to replace what I've used. At the top here, I just have 3 grenades. I got, you know, an impact, a basic grenade, and a smoke. I tend to bring far more grenades than this, but you know, it's just an example. And then of course you want to have at least 1 bottle of water and at least 1 ration and some backup ammo. And you can see with all of those things, I still have a lot of space here. And this is a pretty deep bag. Not to mention you can put 2 helmets on it, plus an armor and a gun. So definitely a W bag, only like 43k or something like that. And as you can see, this is kind of my layout. And this is the layout that you're going to see repeated over all these bags, just slight variations. So next up, we got the Robinson, of course. And again, like I said, basically the same layout, but a couple of things have changed. changed. We have added a 3-use in this one, and instead of 3 military syringes, we now have 2 of these big boys here. We got the same nades, we got the same ammo, but I did put it out in a slightly different layout than the other one. So you had the vertical stacking, and then we have this where I kind of like lay it out flat and stack it like that. I again have 1 bottle and 1 ration, and then also the 6 bandages and the pills. And you can see with this layout, the same layout again, I have everything. I can get to it fast. My meds are here. Boom. I can even pull the bottom one and put it back easy. You know, it's not a hassle. I got bandages. I can pull my pills out quickly. You can get to your suture devices very easily. You can get to your food and your water very easily and put it back as well. So same thing with the ammo. It's right here, and then very easy to just put it back. Yeah, guys, I definitely think that this is the ideal layout, man. I don't know. Like, look at all that space. And I have excess stuff, guys. Like, a lot of people bring way less than this. So this layout is peak, bro. Moving on, G&J is basically the same thing, bro. Same thing. I just swapped where the food and water is and the meds. Just swapped those 2 around. And then I returned to a vertical stack on this bag. Next up, we have my favorite. This is my favorite bag. I like this one whenever I'm in my like hoarding mood, I guess. This right here is my favorite all around. I know that people say that this is like the crown jewel right here, but this is my favorite, and I will explain why. First of all, it's long. The long way. I don't know. I like it. It's cool. Pause. But we got 2 water bottles in this bad boy. We got 2 ration packs. We got our 6 ammo in a vertical stack. We got our 3 nades, and then we got the same exact medical supplies as all the other bags, except for we got 2 of the 6 uses, so 12 suture uses altogether. Also, I forgot to mention we have that same thing inside of the G&J as well. But I love this bag because of these like divots and the shapeage. Okay, the shapeage. Is that a word? I don't know, but we're gonna use it. I like this bag. Go away. Sorry. I love you, Trey, but I'm working. This bag right here, I love because of the shape and just the amount of space that's in here. As you can see, I literally can bring double the food and water. And then it has like this, oopsie. And then it has like this divot here that is a perfect little cradle, like pocket for the ration packs, man. Wow. Wow. And then the space. Look at all that space, bro. And again, I bring more nades, so I'd have like a little bit more up here taken up probably. But overall, all of that space that you have. Plus, you have 2 spots here that you can put armor, helmet, gun, whatever you want to put on it. Finally, guys, the big boy, the couch. This one, it doesn't even matter, dude. Like, you just got space. You got so much space. This is all the same stuff that's in those bags, but obviously, it just doesn't even make a dent, bro. You could fit a whole body in here still. So there you have it, guys. That's everything. You need to have food, spare ammo, nades, and you need to have all your medical supplies. And if you use a layout similar to the one that I'm showing in this video, or you can use this one exactly if you want, feel free to pause the video on either of the bags or at any point in the video and figure out what's in it and how I did it. I don't mind. But anyways, you need to have space for loot. Well, hello there. What's up, guys? Sorry for the interruption, but a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Skull VR. If you want gear that lasts longer than your raids do, which I know isn't very long, you should go check them out at skullvr.com. They make quality VR gun stocks that you can use in all sorts of VR games, but I, for one, think are perfect for extraction games. They are made out of high quality materials and hardware. They have 3 different models to cover consumers of any budget. And on top of that, if you pick one up today, you can go ahead and use code Xyroh at checkout to get a discount and to support the channel. I personally have all 3 of the stocks that they have to offer, the Smart Stock, Butcher, and Tomahawk, and I love all 3 of them. The Tomahawk is the most recent one that I've got, and I'm currently still trying to learn it and adapt to it, but I will admit right now, at this current moment, my favorite is the Butcher. The best part about these stocks is that they're not just some long, janky L-shaped, I call them candy cane stock. You know, it's just a long L with 2 little nubs on top of them that you put your controllers on. I hate those things, man. I'm sorry, I do. I hate them. I don't like them, dude. I haven't found a single one that I like yet, and that's why Skull VR stood out to me the most. It's only 2 pieces, guys, so none of that trying to find like 1 square inch magnets on top to put your controllers back on. They are just 2 individual units that click together, and then you're back into action, and you pull apart whenever you want to loot, grab things, you know, take off your stuff. I'm literally using it right now. I also will be making a video talking about all the different stocks, like a real video showing them and talking about them and why I like them and everything like that. So if you're interested than that, keep an eye out. Again, guys, that is skullvr.com. Use code Xyroh or skullvr.com/discount/Xyroh. Big shout out to SkullVR. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. You guys are amazing. Anyway, back to the video. Alright guys, so that is my way of packing bags in Exfilzone. Not the only way, just my way. Copy it if you want, adapt it if you need to, and evolve it into your own system ideally. And yeah, I know that there's probably a video out there telling you to pack like a minimalist monk and scavenge the rest. And if that works for you, cool. But me personally, I would rather walk in prepared than walk out regretting. When the wipe hits, this should all still hold true, and if it doesn't, I'll be here with an updated video. Until then, pack smart and survive smarter. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, leave a comment down below, and of course subscribe and hit that notification bell so YouTube doesn't do you dirty and tells you when I go live or when I upload a video. Join the Discord as well. We have an awesome community and we would love to have you. Anyways, peace.